Today we give our thoughts and reviews on the movie As Above, So Below, and we also talk about the upcoming film and our predictions of the film No Good Deed. Stay tuned. It's going to be a show you don't want to miss. Hey everybody, welcome to the wrap-up where we do the latest movie news and latest movie reviews. I'm David Kirkman, and I'm your host for today. Sitting to my right, we have Bruce Cunningham.
Boogie B, baby.
And Sam Williams.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, this cracked me up.
And Duncan Wheeler.
You heard it here first.
And so today, coming in at number 5 at this week's box office is Let's Be Cops. At number 4, As Above, So Below. Number 3, If I Stay. Number 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And remaining at number 1 at this week's box office is Guardians of the Galaxy. Do you agree or disagree with the positions of these movies? And I gotta tell you, I completely agree with the numbers. You know, I gotta tell you that Guardians of the Galaxy is by far probably one of the best movies I've seen all summer. What do you guys think about it?
Why is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 2?
Hold on. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a good movie. It was good. I seen it. I took my daughter to go see it, and it was a good movie.
The problem I have is that Michael Bay was behind the entire thing. I bet every part of that movie, and this is just speculation, was explosion, and then Megan Fox, and then explosion again. So,
If you ain't seen it, you have to see it. It was good, especially like I told you earlier. It was technology from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that came out in 1990. From 24 years later, the turtles are bigger. The excitement, the energy. It is an energy and excitement movie.
Now,
and Megan Fox, you know, she looked good. I mean, but it was a good movie. It was, especially if you saw the first one and you saw this one, you make the comparison. It was good. It was a good adventure, good thing to take the kids. That's it. I mean, you want to get into some type of well-written plot.
I gotta tell you that I've heard from people that they've gone into the movie theater expecting that this movie was gonna be not good at all, and they've come out with kind of like, that was much better than what I thought it was gonna be. So maybe Michael Bay has his way with that. You know, you come into the movie theater expecting the movie to not be really good at all, and it ends up being better than it actually is. Sam, what do you think about that?
I think a big reason for its popularity is the kids. I mean, because they do so much marketing with this, and Ninja Turtles has been such a big brand for such a long time that it's really easy to rope in people to go see it. And that's whether it's a really good movie or not, whether it deserves the number 2 spot. It's got the fan base to be there.
It's probably the money in the fan base because the storyline's still the same. 4 turtles and a rat going after Shredder. That's the same storyline. Like I said, it was technology and the older people, if you were alive in 1990, you saw it then, you see it now.
The rubber suits.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, that's it.
And don't forget, Michael Bay was the producer for the movie. He wasn't the director, but still, from the trailer, I was like, that's Michael Bay all day, And so, let's move on. So you saw The Giver, correct?
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? I also got a chance to see The Giver, and what do you think about it?
It took an Adam and Eve approach.
Oh wow.
It's a controlled environment where they take away your knowledge of good and evil.
Yeah.
You in this city that's controlled. You don't have natural use, which can't have sex.
Yeah.
They take that away with you, and all these things that we enjoy right now, we give it up for peace and harmony. They don't know the world as we know it right now.
Yeah.
And so I like that it brought me into that world. Let me experience this for a minute.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But it was boring. Not the movie wasn't boring. The movie wasn't boring. The movie wasn't boring. But to live like that, but that's all they knew. To them, it was exciting. And also, if you, I don't want to give away. I don't want to spoil the movie. But certain things they did in the movie, it was like, you can't kill a baby.
Right.
And then that's part of your job. If the baby didn't measure up to their standards, you gotta put the baby to sleep and throw down the chute, and then.
No, I'll tell you this. Like, the movie started off really well for me, and progressively, the plot behind the movie just got worse. Okay, for instance, the reason or the purpose and the drive for the main character to do what he was doing, and you guys will see the movie. But the purpose of the drive for him to do what he was doing, I didn't think that it was. I just thought it was a weak plot, at the end at least. And the way the movie ended for me was not good at all. I thought it could have wrapped up a whole lot nicer. And you guys seen the trailer. What did you guys think about it? Like your initial impressions of it, of the gimmick?
It looked interesting, but I just hadn't gotten to see it.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Equilibrium.
Yeah.
With Christian Bale, like control your emotions, just like less action, more like because it seems like there's a whole romance sort of side to it, which
it progressively, the whole movie progressively became a romance movie. And so for me, I was kind of pulled out at that portion of it, but in the beginning I was definitely in. So
in the beginning it started off kind of slow.
Okay.
And then as it progressed, like I told you, I was falling asleep. Wasn't bad because I was tired, but it started. It brought me in. Here's this guy who wants to change, especially what's going on right now in our city. They're not privy to that. Yeah. That's what I liked about it. He wasn't privy to it, but when he was shown, what we go through,
right.
It kind of like affected him in a way like, oh my God, it was like that, and that was interesting to me. Right. Now, and he felt they tried to keep everybody from that, but he felt that everybody should know this part of the world, right? Because what we're experiencing now, what we naturally created to do, we ain't doing. You took this away for the price of living in peace and harmony.
Yeah. And
peace and harmony in the movie was boring.
So your overall impression of the movie, what did you give it? Like, if you got a chance to rate it, what would it be? 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
I mean, because towards the end, I would, it stayed consistent for what he was trying to do,
right.
But it did get into a romance. Mm-hmm. I do agree, but I thought I liked it. Mm-hmm. It brought me into the world. I liked it. So. Yeah.
All right. So what's next is we got a chance to see As Above, So Below as well. And so what do you guys think about this, Duncan? As Above, So Below.
Well, as far as found footage films go, it did follow your basic. Oh, that's interesting. Let's go explore it. Meanwhile, they just get into all kinds of shenanigans. The main character, Scarlett, I believe her name was, she got on my nerves because she was that one character she was that one character that.
No,
those are the characters there. But Scarlett, she's that character that, despite what everybody else around her is, Scarlett, don't do that. She's no, guys, come on, let's go explore. Let's go see what's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Sam?
I was a fan of it. I like found footage movies. I'm a big fan of those, like Cloverfield and stuff. But I thought they did a good job. I think for a horror movie, it had surprisingly good acting. Mm-hmm. There's enough crazy stuff going on to keep you entertained. I was just really disappointed that by the end, most of it isn't really explained, and you kind of just like a big question.
Right. Well, that's another thing. I don't know if I would call this like a horror film. I would say this is more of like it's more of a thriller, I would say.
Yeah, there wasn't anything that
there was
really
like maybe
scared
3
me.
scares in the movie.
And that was something that we were talking about, like after we got done watching the movie. I was like, I don't think the movie was scary because I don't like horror movies. First of all, okay, Freddy Krueger he creeps me out. I'm afraid to go. I'm afraid to go to sleep after watching a Freddy Krueger movie. But I don't think it was a horror movie. As Above, So Below was definitely more of a thriller, and I'm not a found footage movie fan at all. Okay, I've seen VHS, like we were talking about earlier, Chronicle, and some of the Paranormal Activity movies. And I gotta tell you, man, this right here is probably by far the best found footage movie for me. Like, and I don't know if it's probably because I've seen it in a movie theater. Maybe the experience was different than watching it on my iPad. But definitely, it was definitely the best for me.
One thing I really liked is, like, it was clear the writers like did their research. Like, at the beginning of the movie, when they first go into, because they're under these catacombs in Paris. Like at the beginning of the movie, it's really the Parisian catacombs that they're filming in for part of it. I mean, most of it is wherever they actually ended up filming. It's not really in the catacombs. And they had so many like references to Dante's Inferno and stuff, and a big fan of that. I thought all that stuff was really cool.
And so you didn't get a chance to see the movie, but you saw the trailer, you said.
Yeah, I'm a fan of found footage films. I like Chronicle, Cloverfield. I like the trailer. I'm going to see it. I can't really comment on it. I mean, if you talk about from the trailer, it looked good. When you all first on Facebook, you said I'm not a fan of found footage films, and I don't know about this one. I saw the trailer. I'm like, this might be exciting. You know, it looked like the acting was good, but I hold my opinion until I go see it. Then I'll give you all my review on it. But I'm going to see it. I think it's a good looking film, and so we'll take it from there when I go see it.
Yeah. All right. So what's next is photos of Henry Cavill as Clark Kent from the upcoming Batman vs Superman movie that is yet to be released until 2016. Do you guys think these photos make you want to go see the movie at all? Did you have any initial opinions, and does this make you want to go see it? Does this say, man, I'm kind of out, I'm not completely sold on it? What do y'all think about it? The idea of
Yeah, want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Well, we've seen Man of Steel, and we already like Henry Cavill as Man of Steel. We can agree on that.
Yeah.
And they took away the red draws. Thank you. Hey, he was cut. He was buff and cut. So we sold on him, and the anticipation of Batman versus Superman. We want to see something. Yeah. A trailer will be nice, but me personally, I'm just not too sold on Ben Affleck playing Batman.
Yeah.
Christian Bale turned down $15 million because he felt that somebody else should be playing it. He had his run with it. Man, what are you talking about? This is the beginning of a new franchise, Batman versus Superman. You sold us as Batman, and so we want to see Christian Bale, but the powers that be says not so we got to give Ben Affleck a try. But I'm excited, regardless if you didn't have any photos, just the whole Batman and Superman collaboration coming together. I want to see it. I'm excited for it. We have to wait till 2016, but hey, I'm sold on it.
Sam, what are your thoughts?
I have to say, I'm not too excited about this movie.
Really?
I'm gonna have to be that guy.
Just drink me some water.
I love comic books, but Superman is my least favorite superhero.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
overpowered.
He's overpowered, and the Superman and Batman thing. You have the most overpowered superhero in the history of comics, and a guy with no superpowers fighting. Like, it just, regardless of what happens, it just doesn't seem like it should be a fair fight, and it's just going to be ridiculous. And I'm worried about Ben Affleck as Batman. I have my concerns about that. I'm willing to reserve judgment until it comes out, but I am worried if Batman doesn't live up to what he's supposed to be, the movie's just going to fall apart.
I wasn't completely sold on Ben Affleck playing as Batman originally, but now I'm kind of like, you know what, this might actually work out. I've seen some of the photos of Ben Affleck as Batman. I'm like, this might work out. And Man of Steel, it's not the best movie, but I got to tell you, it is, for me, the best action movie that I've ever seen. Yeah. Like, I've never seen action so... What are you looking at me like that for?
That movie, let me see, I was disappointed.
What disappointed? Oh,
Man of Steel? What?
I didn't.
Please explain.
Yeah.
Well, it's just the entire movie for me was just didn't like it. The experience was just off. I just didn't.
Yeah.
Now,
I just didn't like it.
Now, for the record, I'm an Incredible Hulk fan.
Okay.
That's my best comic book character. Number 2 would be Superman. But I was impressed by it, and the reason why, you remember Superman that came out before that?
Superman Returns.
Yeah, Superman Returns.
That was a hot mess too.
I can agree. That was a hot mess.
That was a drop.
That was a hot mess. Now, the storyline for Superman stays the same. It's always Lex Luthor or Zod. Now, I like how they did it. The cast was good. The acting was good. The action was good. Yeah. And it was real better from what Superman Returns. The guy who Henry Cavill, he played it excellent. The storyline was good. How they went from from past to present, it was good. Superman versus Batman. I can understand the reservations. Ben Affleck. And Ben, we ain't saying we don't like you, but you got big shoes to fill.
Right.
Christian Bale sold us on that. And when you're talking about a cast in, the person who's playing Lex Luthor is a question mark. Ben Affleck is a question mark.
Yeah.
So it's like.
And then there's been rumors of, actually we know Wonder Woman's going to be in the movie. She's going to have like a cameo. We don't know how big her part is. They're going to introduce Aquaman. They're supposed to be introducing Cyborg. So these are pretty big issues. We all know what happened to Spider-Man 3 and Amazing Spider-Man 2. Just having too many super powered villains and heroes in a movie.
Let's shove Rhino in the last 10 seconds.
Exactly. Let's not even talk about Amazing Spider-Man 2 because I don't know why you like that movie. I'm pretty.
That movie is so bad.
What? He likes that movie.
That movie made me cry, and it's still a terrible movie.
I don't.
The end was awful, but the movie
I don't like
kept
that movie
you
at all.
engaged.
Did you see Amazing Spider-Man 2?
No.
I thought there are scenes in that movie that are just. There's bad acting, there's bad writing.
I thought it was too much.
That movie just had no sense of direction.
Right. And I think they took a step backwards from the first Amazing Spider-Man.
Which was an okay movie.
Yeah. It was pretty decent. It was like, okay, everyone, now that Christopher Nolan has done a great Dark Knight trilogy, everybody is now trying to do something, dark and, realistic. And, right, yeah, the dark.
It just, I'm a little at ease that Ben Affleck. I keep saying it, but that's he gotta do a real better job than he did Daredevil.
Yeah.
Oh, that was.
Okay, this is I gotta tell you this.
Yes, that did.
I have to tell you this. When I think of Ben Affleck as an actor, I never think of him as a character. Okay? When I think of Heath Ledger, I think of Joker. When I think of Ben Affleck, I just think of Ben Affleck. He's just Ben Affleck. Oh, there's Ben Affleck being Ben Affleck there. And so, yeah. I have my reservations about it, but I'm hoping that it proves me wrong. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that it proves me wrong.
Me too, because Batman is outmatched when he goes up against Superman, like he said. That's a mismatch fight, unless he got kryptonite on his belt or something.
Yeah. All right, so
back to Man of Steel. This movie was ridiculous. Okay, that entire fight sequence between Superman and General Zod was the dumbest thing. How are they gonna go through buildings and fly through all of this stuff if at the end Superman just snaps his neck? I'm like, could you have done that like 4 minutes ago?
Well, let's think about it. Superman.
You gotta get the man.
But they have the same powers.
You can't be realistic about it. It's a movie at the end of the day. You can't be like General Zod. He like super speeds up on him and just snaps his neck. There's no action.
That's the only way you're gonna beat him anyway. Snap his neck. I mean, it ain't like Superman, no kung fu, jujitsu.
And because they're,
really, he was getting the crap beat out of him.
And because they're taking the Christopher Nolan route, they didn't want to go through the whole, mythology of Superman and do all of that. That's why it was so dark and whatnot. Hopefully, then the next one they do, it won't be as Christopher Nolan-y. But
I would like to see Superman and Doomsday go at it when they do it again.
I like to too.
I would like to see that.
Yeah. Have you seen a cartoon?
Yeah.
To that? Yeah. That was amazing.
And I got the comic book too.
Yeah. That's dope.
That's
all right. So what's next is the post.
Man of Steel soundtrack.
Oh my god.
Hans Zimmer.
That's the only thing. Okay, I gotta tell you this though, because I went to go see Man of Steel with my auntie and a good friend of ours, and her name was Salitha. Salitha, she said at the end of the movie, the very first thing she said, I put my hand on the stack of Bibles and I say it. The very first thing she said was, "Did you hear the music?" I swear, and I was just like, and my auntie Naomi, she was like, A++++++++. Yes, I was like, I don't think the movie deserves an A+, but it was a good executed film, and like I said earlier, that is the best action sequences I've ever seen on screen, like executed.
I gotta agree with you, bro.
Yeah.
And sometimes the music score will, the movie might be crappy, but the music score might bring it along.
Yeah.
It might be a D movie because the music score was good. I gave I gave Man of Steel A+ because it was good action.
Yeah. All right, so what's next is the poster of Jennifer Lawrence as Katniss Everdeen for the upcoming Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 was officially released online this week. What are your thoughts on this, on the release of this poster, and if you guys seen the teaser trailer, what are your thoughts on it? And what are your thoughts on the direction that this franchise is taking as a whole? Go ahead, Sam.
I'm pretty excited for this one. I've read all the books, And I was a little disappointed by the last film for a couple reasons, but the third book is a lot more action, and then putting it into two separate parts, I'm sure, is because they want to stay, get everything that happens in the book they want to get in the movie, and I think it's gonna be their makeup's gonna be good, the acting's gonna be good, the action's gonna be good. I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah. So do you think that the second one was not as good as the first one? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I have my problems with the beginning of that one.
Yeah.
That one is much slower paced than the first or the third. And,
Yeah. What do you think, Duncan?
I'm excited to see it. I didn't finish reading the third book because it was just too slow for me. And at that time,
every
I was like busy
page
with
of
school.
characters getting killed, and it's
No,
too
I don't
slow
think-
for you.
I want to say I didn't make it past the first 100 pages of Mockingjay, but I read Hunger Games and Catching Fire, and I enjoyed the books. I enjoyed the movies, and Jennifer Lawrence is in there, so
Yeah, I gotta say, I think the second one was much better than the first one for me. Not only from a creative and story point of view, but just from a technical point of view. I mean, it looked better. It wasn't, shaky cam everything,
That is a good point. The shaky cam in the first one, anytime anybody was fighting anybody,
What was the cameraman doing?
you got kids slaughtering kids, you don't want to get too
Right.
too detailed with that,
Yeah.
or your
yeah.
rating is going to go from PG-13 to R.
Right.
But it was a little much in the first one for sure.
Yeah.
The first one didn't catch my attention. Just wasn't
Yeah.
sold into it. I mean, it was okay, but it didn't get. I'm not on the bandwagon yet. I have to go back. I have to see the second one because the first one didn't do it for me. So I'm not on the bandwagon. You got the third one. She got that poster. So let me see what the hype is all about. Let me see what the second was. You said the second one was better, all right? Because the first one,
I'm really interested in this franchise. Originally, when I went to go see the first one, I was thinking that this is going to be one of those teen movies like Twilight. Okay? Because I mean that's how the first trailers came out. It came out as it was a romance movie. However, the overall plot, and the idea of these kids going and doing these types of things, that was very interesting and intriguing to me. And now how it's expanding into an entire revolution, and how I'm just interested to see where they're going to take this franchise. And so,
and that's the only reason I'm going to see it.
yeah,
I'm gonna watch it because you brought it up. That was the only reason.
yeah,
And then I'm gonna try because the first one it was like it didn't catch my attention.
right.
It was like okay, Now I saw a Facebook post. Everybody, we're going to see the Hunger Games. Out with the fam, going to see the Hunger Games.
How you can tell that person was black today?
Okay,
They know.
I mean that's how you interpret Facebook posts. Man. Out with the bang, out with the bang.
Out with the bang.
But I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna watch the second one. Then I'll give my opinion on it. The first one just didn't do it for me. That poster,
Yeah.
that's a good poster. Yeah, you got a back turn. She looks bad. You know what? I mean, I don't know where her
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, you got nice black. So let me see the second one.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me see the second one. I will admit the trailer for the third one looks good.
Yes.
It looks good. It looks like it's about to be something.
Mm-hmm.
I like to start from the beginning. I don't want to get lost. Then got to backtrack. I want to see it all the way through. And if it turns out to be a good franchise, I will applaud you. But I hold this applause until then.
Okay. All right. So opening this Friday on September 12th is the anticipated thriller, No Good Deed. What are your thoughts and predictions for this movie? Bruce, go ahead.
All right. Yeah. All right. Taraji P. Henson. Taraji is a good actress. Excellent. She fine. And based on the trailers, I watched all of the trailers they did. And she got the face for it.
Yeah.
You know that face she looked. But I mean, based on the trailer, I'm excited we're going to see it. I'm going to see it. The trailer looks good. Idris Elba, he should be Batman. He'd be better Batman than Ben Affleck. But Idris Elba as a villain. Now in The Wire, he was scandalous.
Right.
He was scandalous. But you know, in other movies, he played the bad guy, the good guy. Good actor, excellent actor. I give it to him. Him as the villain, based on the trailer, I want to go see this.
Sam, what do you
I
think?
want to go see it.
I think there's going to be a lot of. They've got good actors in it, but it's a storyline we've seen a million times over. And from what I've
Exactly.
seen, there's nothing that makes me think it's going to be any different. He's going to break into her house, almost kill her at least 5 times, and then by the end she won't die. The cops will arrest him, and it'll have its happy ending.
Or
Hopefully
they'll
they'll
put a
surprise
twist
us.
on it.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah. Twist. Because, you know, he might kill the cops. All of them. I mean, you know, Idris Elba.
What do you think, Duncan?
I was gonna say the same thing Sam said. We were talking about this before. Said basically the same thing. It's, you know, wife trapped in the house with a killer movie. I don't know if anything else is gonna come of it. I hope that they surprise us, but.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. I'm David Kirkman, and we are wrapping up today's show. Bruce, where can they find you at?
Bruce Cunningham at Facebook.
Sam?
Sam Williams, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter.
Duncan?
Duncan Wheeler, Facebook, D Wheels, Twitter.
Again, thank you so much for joining us, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel below and like this video if you actually liked it. And until next time, it's a wrap. Peace.